As you can see now, this is the paper, May, June 2021, paper 3.1. This duration changed from 2 hours 30 minutes to 2 hours 14 minutes, 15, sorry, minutes. And the first thing we do once we open our exam, we go to the support file folder and we take all the folders, all the files, copy to a work area folder. We take it all copy to our work area folder to keep the original safe. Okay, you have to take a copy of your original files to your work area, a folder in your desktop with your name. This is the first thing you do once you open your exam. Then, here in this exam, he didn't provide the evidence file. He asked you to create a new word process document. So I will go to the work area. خلاص, I will close the original folder. Here, I will press right-click, new Word document. This is the way. Or you press start, you write down Word, and you open the program Word. And you are going to create your evidence document. Here, it's already, I was creating one and I didn't save it. I will save it on my work area with the name evidence. Okay. Then we will start task 2, file management. In this file management, he asks you to create a folder, especially for the task of the SharePoint or web designing. We call it web design, not just SharePoint. SharePoint is the program we use to finish the web design task. Create a new folder called BHH and allocate those files and copy it to your folder. In my work area, new folder BHH. Then I will locate all the files he asked for and I will copy it to the new one. Also copy, not cut. Now, those files, you have to count it and make sure you counted the right number of files. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 files. And in the folder now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is Excel file. It was not supposed to be here. Okay, now I have the files he asked for. Display the content of BHH folder, showing the folder name, all file names, file extensions, image dimensions, and file size. Here in this folder, we can press View and change the view, large icon, small icon, titles. And in this one, we will select Details. We will make sure that you can see the file type, file size. You need also the file dimension. If I don't have it, you can just stand here on this bar, right click, and dimensions. What if I press down, right click, and I can't see it here? You can press more. You will find more things to display. Okay. Also, you want to see the file extension here. View, file name extension. The file type, .png, .css. Did he ask for anything else? Folder name displayed, all file names displayed, file extension displayed, image dimensions and file size, all are displayed. And you can take this evidence. How? You just start, take the screenshot, show the file and folder name, all of the data. Now, screenshot taken to the evidence 1 here, and you press paste. Okay, so now I have evidence 1. Always press save, Control S, save. Make sure it's always saved. Okay. The next one, task 3, web page. Create in your BHH folder a web page called bhh.htm. Now, from here, we start to open our program SharePoint Designer 2007. By default, once you open the program, you will find the old project you've been working on. The first thing you do, File, New, Website. One-page website, leave the location as it is here, and press OK. Now you have a new project to work on. We will import the folder we created by pressing File, Import File, Add Folder, and you will choose the folder you created. Here, now you have all the files. Okay. By default, you will have a HTML file. He said he wants this HTML file to be called bhh.htm. Right click, rename bhh.htm. Change it, yes. Here it is. This is the code view. This is the design view. Everything you will be doing here will be automatically reflected on the code page. Anything you will do in the design here will be reflected on the code page. After we created this one, we have created the bhh folder and the bhh htm file. This page must be created using single table and must work in all browsers. The table must fit 80% of the browser window. This is the very important information. That's why also we say that we need always to make sure that that our percentage here is 80%. Keep a highlighter or a pencil with you, highlight the important information to make sure you don't skip it. And to create this table, we need to count the number of rows and columns. Always count the highest number. So I can't say that here I have one column because this cell contains one column. No, we will count the highest number. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns and 4 rows. How I do that? I go to table menu, insert table, number of rows 4, number of columns 5. And specify width, he asked it to fit 80%. Make sure you check the measurement system, 80% of the site. Insert. Now I have the table and I need to work on this structure table to look exactly like this one. As you can see, we have 5 merged cells here, 3 merged cells here, and 3 other merged cells here. How you merge it? You select it, right click, modify, merge. Select, right click, modify, merge. Also here, right click, modify, merge. This is the step number 1. Now, the other step is to specify the heights and widths of this cells, every cell, each cell, and then here, right click, cell properties, specify height 20, and he asked it to be percent, not pixel. Check here, it's height 20%. By the way, this 20% means this cell will take 20% of the table, not of the page. But all the table is actually 80% of the page. All of those cells widths are 20. Okay, all those cells widths are 20, also percent. Why when I press OK, I don't see anything changed here? Because it will change once you enter the data, once you feed the data in, once you feed the table with your files. Here in this one, we have height 20%, and this one width 20%. Height 20%. Here, cell properties. Sorry, this one width 20%. We still have one more cell. This one height is 40. percent. Right click, cell properties, height, this times 40%. Once you are done, if you can see this star here, that means you didn't save. You can press either this icon for save or press Ctrl S, or on the file itself, right click save. Once you don't have this star, that's good. That means you saved your work. Each table cell is identified with a letter. Some dimensions are shown. There must be a percentage value and not in pixels. Okay, this is the one we selected, percent. The cell content shown in the diagram must not appear on your final page. We don't write the K or height or 40%. Table borders must not appear on final web page. Set the title of the web page. Okay, now to work on that and set this title as a title of my web page, open SharePoint, right click, page properties. Title here, you just write down the title he wants. Also, he asked to set the name of the default target window. When it just point like that, that means it's the default target window of the whole page. Okay, so we will write underscore self. Here, at the same page properties, default target window, and you write it down underscores, means same frame. What is the meaning of default target window? When you open a website, sometimes when you press on this site, it opens in a new tab or a new window or the same page. This is what's meant by default target window. And you press OK. If you check the code, you will find that the title in the head here is already wrote base target underscore self. Everything related to the table here, the table width 80%. Table row, the first row, TD means table data, and here we have everything we did in the design view written in HTML code in the code view. Place in cell A and the name of the image B, C, D, E, F. And number 6 actually is a very important to read before you start to import the pictures. It says here, place inline style attributes into the HTML so that each image fits the width of the table cell with its aspect ratio maintained. It's very important to know what does that means. We have 3 types of styles. We can use an external style file like this one. You drag and drop. This means external. You can create a style inline, means in the same line. In HTML, I can create style here. That means inline style. And we have something we call it internal style. When you place your style in the head of the page. We will go through each one by after this task. So here, let's put in cell A image, and this is the name logo. Where's cell A? This one. You come here, stand in cell A, drag the logo and drop. And it's important when you drop it to write something in the alternative text. And alternative text means if this picture didn't load on the final site, what you want to replace it with. I will replace it with its name logo and press OK. Now I have a huge picture. How can I change it? I change its size in line code, means in the line of the image. I will delete the width and height and press space. Just start to write style, double click. It will write all of the syntax. What I'm changing here is the width, and I want the width to be 100% of this cell. Why don't I just write something also about the height? Because once you write only the width, it will maintain the aspect ratio and will set the height automatically. Let's now go back to the design view and check what happened with the picture. It may take some times to load, and this is the final thing I can see. Here's the image fits the width of the cell. Right click, save. The next picture is image BHH1 in B, BHH2 in C, and DE3 and 4. Okay, in this order. Let's do it. This is the cell BHH1. Okay, I will find that it will have the same problems, very big. I come here. What if I can't locate the image line here? You go back to the design, one click on the picture, you go back to the code, you will find it highlighted. You delete the width and height, space, style, double click. What I'm changing here is the width, double click, 100%. Back to the design view, automatically fixed. Next one, same problem. So one click, code. I will here take the style I created already, copy, and I will place it here. Go back, fix it, save. Don't forget always to save. BHH3, select it, code in this line, delete the width and height, and place the style width 100%. Design, done. For and last one here, code, this one, place the style, design. Perfect. Now, also in E, we are done with E. In F, place the image jungle. Now, this is the F, all right. Here, this one, image jungle, and write the alternative text jungle. Wow, it's also a huge one. Code, replace this one with inline style, means in the same line here, you deleted space, you write style, double click. And also those are the things you can change in the style. May ask for anything else, not just the width. But here in this example, he's asking for width. Done. Okay, now, as you can see, I have an empty area here in the top and bottom of the picture, okay? Actually, he cares about the width. He wants to fit the width. That's what he asked for. Right-click here, save your works. Any questions so far? Add appropriate alternative text to old image. We did that already while we were importing the picture. But what if you forgot to do that? You just double click on any picture. You will find out here something called alternative text in the picture properties. By double click on the picture or right click picture properties, you can write the alternative text here. You don't have to delete it and import it from the beginning. Place in cell G the text compact. Now, this is G, text compact. In H larger, in H larger. Excluded in I, and with a view in J. Then he asked to apply style H2 to all this text. Okay, how I can apply a style to any words I have? Here you have the style drop-down list. Here, this one. You can make it P for paragraph, H1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, different sizes for headings, unordered list or ordered list. Anything you want is from here. So I will select the four cells and apply H2 as he asked. Place in cell K the content of the file text.txt. This is cell K. Now, when you find out the file.txt, you don't drag it and drop it here. It's the text file. When you drag and drop, it will just replace the name here. No, you open the file by double click, take all the content, Control A, copy, Control C, and place it in this cell here. Okay, so we take the content of the file, not the file itself. Apply a paragraph style to this text. Just select it, and from the style menu, paragraph. Now you can see this indicator here says that this is a paragraph now. Enter in cell L, which is this small one, the text last edited by, and we write it down just as it is in the exam. The capital letters, the small letters, we take care of everything. On a new line below this, place your name, center number, and candidate number. Here, new line, enter your name and center number, e.g., and for example, 3 zeros, candidate number, 4 zeros. In your statement of entry in the exam, you will find your center number, your school number, and the candidate number, your personal number, and you will replace these zeros with the right and correct number in the your statement of entry. On a new line, also enter the text contact BHH. Here, new line, contact BHH. Apply style H3 to all text in cell L. This is cell L. Now I have all text. I want it to be H3. Little bit larger than the paragraph and smaller than the H1 we have here. Create a hyperlink from the text contact BHH to open a file called a web page called contact.htm in a new browser called underscore blank. Those are the three important words in this line. You have to highlight it to make sure that you made it right. First of all, how to create hyperlink. Just select what he wants to create the hyperlink of. Right click, hyperlink. When you press hyperlink, you have many options. You can open file. When you press on this text, you can open a certain website by writing the website here. You can go to a place in the document, and we will revise that in a second, how to create a bookmark and go to this bookmark, create new document, or sending email address. If he asks you to send the email address, you write down here the email address and the subject and the email body here. Now he want to open existing file in our folder BHH called contact. Also, he want in a new browser window called underscore blank. Now, this is the target frame. Here you can find the target frame. Okay, he wanted to be called blank underscore blank. You write it down, the target frame setting. Blank means new window. Okay, okay. Now it's blue with underline. That means it's a hyperlink. Attach the style sheet J2131BHH .css. Now, CSS is the cascading style sheet. This is the external style sheet he wants to attach to our web page. How we do that? By dragging the CSS file here and drop it on the site. Okay. Now it applied, and it seems that this style, when you go to the manage style here, the file created the styles automatically for the table data, H2, H3, and paragraph. And we can see that most of the words disappeared, but I can feel that it's still there. That means he gave it the font color white. Save your web page. Right click, save. Step 13. Open and edit the style sheet J2131bhh.css. You open this file by double click. Here, this is the syntax and the code of the style sheets. He created already one for table, a border collapse, TD, border is 1 pixel solid, white. H1 and H3 are white, as we said, as we expected. Paragraph also color white, as we expected. That explains why we have here all the text disappear. Let's see what he wants to change. Set the background for the web page, all right? When he says a web page, that means you will create a style for the body of the page so that it has a color with a blue 3.6, red 2.1, green 2F. Okay. Now, as you know that we use the hexadecimal reading for the colors, and it should be RGB. Now he here changed the order, and he put blue first, followed by red, and then green. You have to reorder the numbers. So we start with red, that means 2.1, G, 2F, B, 3.6. Okay, now this is the right hexadecimal for the color you want to create. You can take this color here to create new style. From the right side, manage styles, new style. In the selector that selects actually what you want to create this style for, we will write body. Background, background color, you put hashtag followed by the code he wants to create. 212F36. 212F36 RGB. Also set the background for this web page so that the image BG means background is blazed. Now take care that this is the picture blazed only the top left corner of the window. Three very important information. So here also in the background image browse. This is the folder where I have my files, and this is the background. Okay. Now, background repeat. No repeat. You don't want it to be repeated. Background position. Left the Y background position, the X and Y. Top. Those are the things he said here. So that the image is placed only, means one time, at the top left corner of the window. And you press OK. Now, the style we created is here. Right click, save. Once we go back to the page, we will see the effect of what we just did. May take a while to load, and then you will see this effect. Wow, here it is. Here's the background color, and we can see the edge of the image here in the top left corner. And that explains why he made this text in white. Now we can read it clearly. The next step, set the font for the style H1, H2,
ثانية يا
H3.
مستر. صح.
Yes,
ممكن تعيد ستيب تاني؟
of the body, the background.
اه انت على الباك جراوند.
Okay, sure. Here he says set the background for the web page so that it has a color with blue, and he gave us the component, red the component, and green. And we know that in colors we only deal with the order of RGB, red, green, blue, red, green, blue. So you have to order those numbers. Okay, when he says anything related to the whole web page, we create in the style sheet style for something called body. So from the selector, we choose body. You press new style. When you press new style, you will have this window here. From the selector, you write body. The first category here is font. We don't want to change anything to the font. We are working on the background. The background color, you have to put the hashtag and write the hexadecimal code for the color. Then he said, image, he give you the name. He wanted only on the top left corner. I press browse, choose the right image. In the image repeat, he may ask you to be repeated or not. That's why we choose from here. I choose no repeat. I want it just one time. And I want it to be in the X position left, in the top position, in the background position here in the Y. You press OK. So this is style because it's already attached to the site. Once you go back to the website, you will see the effect. And you will see the body style created here. Okay. The next line, set the font for the styles H1, H2, H3, and for the paragraph style. Now I will create new style for the manage styles here, new style. In the selector, I will write H1, comma, H2, H3 paragraph. That's what he said. Create for this four styles, H1, H2, H3, and paragraph. Okay, so we write down in the selector the four styles. That means what I'm going to do now will be applied on those styles here. Someone may say that I have already H2, H3, H, and B. That's fine to uh, gather these four styles in just one selector and do something else, not just this center and white styles, but something related to the font. He said that he wants the browser selects and display the font San Francisco. If the font is not found on this browser, the browser selects and display Calibri. If neither of these fonts are available, the browser should display the default sans serif font. I will write down this one. In the font, I write San Francisco, and because it's made out of two words, I put dash in between, comma, and then the second font is Calibri. If the browser does not support San Francisco, it will display in Calibri. What if this browser doesn't have San Francisco or Calibri? Then display any default sans serif font the browsers have. Okay, this one related to the font family. Now, that means that if the browser doesn't have San Francisco, display the page in Calibri. If it doesn't have Calibri, display it in any sans serif default font. Set the paragraph style. So I will work on the P style. So the text is fully justified with 12-point font. I have already B style created, so I can just go on B style, press right click, modify. Here's the color white. We want it to be 12. and take care of the management unit. It's not in pixel, he said point. And in block, you will find the text align. You press and justify. Apply. Okay. When you go back to the site, you will see that this one is 12 point and it's fully justified, as you can see. The age of the sentence starts and ends together. Right aligned all tables in the browser window. Okay. Now, how I can do that in styles, CSS file, I will go to table, modify style. You want this table to be right alignment. Remember that this table already is 80% of the page. That means he wants 20% of the page on the left side empty, and the table fills the 80 right percent. You will go to box, uncheck same for all, and the left side I will make it auto so it can push the table to the right side. He said here he wanted to be right aligned. I will set the left auto so it can push the table to the right side. Apply. Okay. Now, as you can see, it's added right here. Right click, save, go to the bhh.htm, our web page, and you will see the effect. Here. Now it makes sense that I can see the top left corner picture background and the table fills the right side of the web page. Add your name, center number, and candidate number as a comment at the end of the style sheet. Now you will go to the style sheet. At the end here, how you will write down the comment, slash, star, write down your name, center number, and candidate number, star, slash. Now that's how we write down the comment, okay? If you didn't write the star or slash in the beginning or in the end, that's wrong. You have to write it down in this format. Take care that he may ask you also to write down this comment at the top of the style sheet. Okay, so read carefully where he wants you to create this comment. All color codes must be displayed in hexadecimal. Uh, Make sure that your style sheet contains no HTML or scripting language. Save the style sheet in BHH folder. It's already in BHH folder, so I'll press right click, save. Take a screenshot. Now, this is important evidence. Take a screenshot to show the file name and all the content of your style sheet. You want to see everything you did in the style sheet. Go here and you take a screenshot for this view, displaying the file name at the top and all the content down to the comment. And you place it in your evidence file. That's what you want to see, evidence 2. Display the web page in your browser. If necessary, resize it so that all the page can be seen, all text can be easily read, the address bar is visible. This is a very important line here to take care of. And the address bar is visible, and the background image is fully visible. How can I display this site on my browser? When it loads here, you will go automatically to the icon next to the save icon. Here it says preview in Windows Internet Explorer, or you press F12. Once you press here, it will start. Sorry, this is the first time here to open. The first time to open this program. And here you have it displayed on your web browser. This is your final product. You can zoom in or zoom out by pressing Control and scrolling up and down using your mouse, or you press Setting and you will have zoom and chrome. You can control the zoom from here, the zoom level from here. Okay, and you take a screenshot for this view here. Displaying the address bar. Why do I display the address bar at the top of the page? Because he wants to make sure that you created the file in the correct position and you are taking the screenshot from the browser. And then you place the screenshot in your evidence file. Display the HTML source in your editor. This is the HTML source, all the code of the things I've been working on. Take copy of the HTML source and place it in your evidence. Just select all, Control A, copy, Control C, and place it in your evidence document, Control V. Okay, you place it here, and then you print it with the evidence file, with the final evidence file. Type small tips كده. If you open the program and you couldn't find the folder list or tag properties or manage style and you found it just look like that, how can you display back those menus? You press task pan, folder list, now we have it, task pan, manage style, now we have also managing style. From here you can also select apply styles. From here anything you want to display is from the task pans. Okay, what if I want to create a new page inside this website? You can do that by pressing File, New, HTML, or from this white icon here next to it, you can create new HTML file or CSS file. Both you can create from here, this icon, and create. And now you are done with your task of the HTML for May, June 2021 paper 3-1. All right, thank you so much. Okay,